Assalamualaikum everyone. Alright, in this video we will continue with the last techniques of integration in chapter 1, that is the integration by parts. Okay, for integration by parts, it is basically used for the product function, and we have three cases that we will discuss in this topic. The first one is the integration of the non-repeatable function and repeatable functions. Second one, we have non-repeatable function times non-repeatable functions, and last one we have repeatable functions times repeatable functions. Okay, let's see what is the integration by parts. Okay, so firstly, integration by parts is a technique that is based on reversing the product rule. So since it is reversing the product rule, so this technique is basically used to solve the integration of the product function. Okay. Alright, so we have two terms that will come across in this topic. The first one we have non-repeatable function, and the second one we have the repeatable functions. Okay, so what is the non-repeatable and repeatable functions? Okay, so let's start with the repeatable function first. Okay, the repeatable functions is the functions that will get the similar terms when we differentiate or integrate. Okay, so these are the three repeatable functions that will involve in this topic, that is for exponent, for sine ax, and cos ax. Okay, so these three functions is called as repeatable functions because when we differentiate or integrate, you will get the similar terms. For example, let's say if you have if you have y is e to the power of ax, when you differentiate your y prime, it will be ax times a. Okay, so we will get the similar terms that is in the form of exponential function. Okay, so secondly, if y is sine ax, when you differentiate, okay, your first derivative will be y prime is cos ax times a. If we simplify, then you will get it is e cos ax. Alright, then if you want to find the second derivative, it will be y double prime, it will be a, and then negative of sine ax times a. Alright, so if you can see here, you will repeat the same thing here, or the same terms as in your original y. Alright, that is why we call this 3 as a repeatable function. And while for the non-repeatable functions, we have the polynomial functions, the ln function, and also the inverse trigonometric functions. Okay, that is when we differentiate or integrate the functions, it will not repeat the same terms. Alright, then in this topic, we will have three cases, that is the integration of the product of the non-repeatable times repeatable functions. Secondly, we have non-repeatables times non-repeatable functions, and the third one we have repeatable functions times the repeatable functions. Remember, integration by parts is used to solve the integration of the product functions. Alright, so we have the formula that we will use in this topic, that is the formula of integration by parts is given as the integration of u times dv. So u times dv equals to uv minus integration of v du. Firstly, we will identify what is your u and what is your dv. Remember, the integrations that we will integrate in this topic is in the form of integration of u times dv. Alright, so that is why we have to identify what is your u and what is your dv. Okay, so to identify which one will be your u and which one will be your dv, we will refer to the liate or liate. Okay, so in this one we have liate. L is represent for ln function. I represent for the inverse trigonometric function. Okay, A represent the algebraic function. Okay, that is polynomial or polynomial. Okay, and then we have T, it represent the trigonometric function. Okay, and lastly we have E represent the exponential function. Okay, alright, so continue with next step. Second step is you will find your du by differentiating your u, and you will find the integration of your dv. Okay, next step number 3, we will use the formula, the integration of u dv or u times dv equals to uv minus the integration of v du. So the things that we will substitute in the formula is this one. Okay, and lastly we will solve the integrals. Alright, so let's look at the first example. Okay guys, let's see for the first case. We have case 1 is the integration for the non-repeatable functions times the repeatable functions. So let's see for the first example we have here. Find the integration of x e to the power of x dx. Okay, so firstly let's see here. We have x here is the a. Okay, and the exponent here is for e. So this one is based on your liate, liate. Alright, then we know that your x is a non-repeatable function. So this is non-repeatable functions times with the non-repeatable functions. Okay, so look at here, we have x is the non-repeatable functions times with the ex is your repeatable function exponent. Alright, continue. To identify which one will be your u and which one will be dv, it refers to your liate. Okay, whichever terms who comes first from your liate or who comes from the left in your liate, then it will be your u. Okay, for example here we have a. Okay, we have a and we have e. Okay, since a is in your left and e in your right, so your a here will be your u and the e will be your dv. Alright, so in here we will have okay, so let's see, we use blue color. Let u will be your x, okay, and your dv will be ex dx. Okay, remember, please bring along the dx. Alright, next, the second step is we want to find the du and v. Alright, so from here you will differentiate u. Okay, next step is we will find du and v. Okay, we will differentiate u with respect to x, du dx equals to 1, and write the du as the subject. It will be dx. Okay, and then continue. To find v, we will integrate dv, meaning you will integrate your ex dx. Then you will get your v will be equals to integration of ex is ex. Okay, so we just put ex without any plus c. Alright, continue next. We will solve this question. okay, by using formula. Alright, so remember the formula is integration of u dv equals to uv minus integration of v du. Okay, then the integration of u dv is your original question. So this one is your original question. Okay, that is the integration of x ex dx. Okay, then we will use the formula equals to u, where's your u? This is your u, and then v, this is your v, and then we also need du, this one. Okay, alright, so now substitute. You will have u is x times your v is ex minus the integration of your v is ex and your du is dx. Okay, next you will have another integration in this part. That is, you need to solve the integration of ex dx. Okay, so now you have to solve the integrals. Then you will get here, it is x ex minus the integration of ex is ex and then plus c. Okay, so this is your final answer. Alright class? Okay guys, let's continue with the second example. Okay, we have here the integration of 3x sine 4x dx. So firstly, this is the product function where you have 3x, okay, 3x times with the sine 4x. Okay, then we will use integration by parts. And then look at here, we have 3x and another one we have is sine 4x. Okay, 3x is the non-repeatable functions and the sine 4x is the repeatable functions. So this is the case for NR times R. Okay, then we have 3x is the algebraic function, and then for sine we have the trigonometric function. Okay, based on the Liate, okay, we have here algebraic and trigonometric functions. That means your a will be your u and the t will be your dv. Okay, so now we will have here, let u equals to 3x and your dv equals to sine 4x dx. Okay, next find du dx. We will have here is 3 and your du will be equals to 3 dx. Okay, next continue. We want to find v. So to find v, we will integrate dv, meaning we will integrate for the sine 4x dx. Okay, so next integrate dv, you will get v. Okay, and integrate sine 4x, you will get, it is 1 over a, 1 over 4, and then integrate sine, you will have negative cos, so negative cos 4x. Okay, alright, now let's continue with the solutions. So we have here, the formula is given as integration of u dv equals to uv minus integration of v du. Okay, now remember your integration of u dv is the question. So we have the question is integration of 3x sine 4x dx will be equals to, and then substitute your u. Your u is 3x and then your v is negative 1 over 4 cos 4x. Okay, and then minus integration of v du. So integration of your v is negative 1 over 4 cos 4x and your du is 3 dx times 3 dx. Okay, next we will simplify and we have here negative 3 over 4x cos 4x, okay, plus 3 over 4 integration of cos 4x dx. Okay, next thing is we have to integrate the cos 4x. Okay, so we need to simplify the integration of cos 4x dx here. Okay, next continue. You can integrate using the basic integrations formula. So we have here 3 over 4 x cos 4x plus 3 over 4, and when you integrate, you will have here integration of cos 4x, it is 1 over 4, and then integration of cos, you will get sine of 4x, and then don't forget plus c. Okay, and lastly simplify, and we will have it is negative 3 over 4x cos 4x plus 3 over 16 sine 4x plus c. Okay class, so this is your final answer. Alright. Okay class, let's continue with example C. So we have here the integration of 2x plus 1 times cos 4x dx. Okay, for this one we will simplify using integration by parts. So let's look at here. We have 2x plus 1 here, and we have cos 4x here. So 2x plus 1 is a, and cos 4x is t. Okay, then continue. We have here it is the non-repeatable and repeatable functions. Alright, then based on the liate, so we have here liate, we have a and we have t. So your a will be your u and your t will be your dv. Okay, continue. We have here let u will be 2x plus 1 and your dv will be cos of 4x dx. Don't forget to bring along your dx. Okay, continue. We will differentiate du dx, then we will have it is 2, and your du will be 2 dx. Okay, continue. Next we will integrate your dv to find v. So we have v is integration of cos 4x, it is 1 over 4 sine 4x, and then we will substitute in the formula. Okay, let's look at the formula. We have integration of u dv equals to uv minus integration of v du. Then continue. The question we have here, the integration of 2x plus 1 times cos 4x dx, and now we can substitute your formula. So your formula here, we have 2x plus 1, and then your v is 1 over 4 sine 4x. Okay, and then minus integration of 1 over 4 sine 4x times with your du is 2 dx. Okay, so now when you simplify, you will have here 1 over 4 2x plus 1 sine 4x minus, so 1 over 2 integration of sine 4x dx. Okay, so next thing is we need to simplify this integration. Okay, now simplify, and we will get it is 1 over 4 2x plus 1 sine 4x, and then minus 1 over 2 integration of sine 4x, you will get it is 1 over 4, and then integrate sine, you will get negative. Okay, so negative cos 4x, don't forget plus c. Okay, and lastly the final answer is 1 over 4 2x plus 1 sine 4x plus 1 over 8 cos 4x plus c. Okay class, so this is your final answer for C. Alright, thank you everyone.